Good morning. Welcome to Newton County's virtual learning experience. Today is day 5 of our Parent Connect, and we will provide information on our after-school program and our family and student supports program. My name is Sheila Thomas. I am the Chief Strategy and Supports Officer for the Newton County School System. And today, we will hear information about these two program areas, and Ms. Amy Cummings, the Director of Student and Family Services, will present shortly. And I will be presenting on behalf of Ms. Dina Sams, the Director of the After School and Community Affairs. So today, the purpose of this Newton County Parent Connect session is to offer all of our families an opportunity to gain information to help you with your child's experience and preparing them for the Newton County virtual experience. Our session today will last 45 minutes. It will be recorded and posted to the Newton County School System website for later access. All of the participants' voices will be muted, but you will have an opportunity to ask us questions, and we will provide answers to your questions at the end of this session. So I ask you, if you have any questions, please go to http://bit.ly/NCSS Parent, P-A-N-E-N-T. So I thank you for participating in this session today. I would just like to take a moment to share with you some of the things that we have prepared for this virtual learning experience and to help our families be prepared for the first day of school. So all week long, all of our schools have had an opportunity for students and parents to pick up Chromebooks and hotspot devices that they have requested. And so again, that has happened all week long. The second thing that we're offering to our families, again, all week long, and today is Friday, our 5th session, we've offered these Parent Connect sessions, which are informational sessions that will help you understand better the information as it relates to each program area to help you prepare for your child's virtual experience. We started out with an overview from our superintendent and the technology director on Monday. We also had a session with curriculum and instruction on Tuesday, student services and food nutrition on Wednesday, and our special ed director on yesterday, Thursday. So tomorrow, we have an exciting opportunity for you, and you don't want to miss this. Our very own Parent University. Our technology team, they have put together a training session that will walk you through step-by-step details of how to access digital tools to help your child be successful. You will receive training on our Canvas site, which is our learning management system for virtual learning. You also will receive information about Infinite Campus, My Launchpad, Zoom, Internet Safety, and then there is a component for the students to get started with their virtual experience that also will be shared at this session tomorrow. So tomorrow, the Parent University starts at 9 o'clock, from 9 to 3 o'clock, and the technology department will offer 1-hour sessions, and it's the same information, but they provide 5 different opportunities for parents and family members to participate. So hopefully, if you have a moment tomorrow, you can join us. We also ask families to complete the Getting Started with Virtual Learning checklist. And you can find this on the website, and more information will be provided to you at the Parent Academy on tomorrow. So if you and your child could go through this checklist and participate and complete the items on the checklist no later than August the 31st, that this will give you an opportunity to go ahead and start your virtual learning experience with Newton County. We also will have a Canvas page where any family member, parent, student can go to that Canvas page and get more information about any of our learning platforms, and it pertains information to include the quick reference guides, tutorial videos, and PDFs. So all of these things will prepare you for a virtual learning open house at your child's school. So on Monday, August the 31st, the elementary schools will offer a virtual open house. On Wednesday, September, middle school families will be able to participate. And then on Thursday, September 3rd, we will have the virtual learning open house for our high schools. And then the start of our school year, September the 8th, Tuesday, September the 8th, will be our virtual learning start to the school year. So again, I do ask, if you have any questions for us, please do type your question into the chat box using the website that you see before you. So now, I would like to share with you some information about Newton County School System After School Program. So the purpose of our after school program is to provide an opportunity for our young minds to be nurtured, to nurture their spirits through a program that incorporates independent learning using tutorials and enrichment activities. We have 12 programs that are funded by the 21st Century Community Learning Center grant. So currently, at the elementary schools, the schools that are offering the 21st Century After School program are Fairview Elementary, Flint Hill, Hurt Mixon, and West Newton. At our middle schools that offer the program, Clements Middle School, Cousins Middle School, Indian Creek, Liberty, and Veterans. We also have programs at Alcovey and Eastside High School, and we have a community 21st Century After School program at the Washington Street Community Center. So we do want to target our students that we support, because we have a lot of students that are interested in the after school program, but we only have limited slots for the program. So here are some of our targeted groups. We really want to work with those students who do not meet the state standards on the state mandated standardized assessment. We want to work with our students if they're in need of remediation or credit recovery, or students who have been retained due to an academic reason or attendance. We also would like to work with students who are at risk, and they have at-risk factors such as truancy concerns or disruptive behaviors. And then any family that has a need for education or other type of supports, we would like to work with those students and their families through the 21st Century program. So we have 4 program goals. And I just want to take a moment to mention some of those goals to you. The first goal is to improve performance in the core academic area. Again, we look at remediation, tutoring, and credit recovery, and we also offer homework assistance. Our second goal is to develop in our students a sense of responsibility and appropriate behavior and work habits. So we talk about character education and leadership, help them build leadership skills. The third program goal is to provide opportunities to participate in the arts, recreation, and physical fitness. So we have a variety of enrichment classes, and we have field trips, whether in-person field trips if they're allowed, as well as virtual field trips. And our last program goal is to provide our families support with services and assist them in supporting their child with educational endeavors. So we have parent education classes. We have an opportunity for parents to volunteer. So again, these are the goals that we have for the 21st Century program, and we are so excited about our after-school program here in Newton County. So you may ask the question, how do we serve our students? And how do we serve our students virtually? Because remember, at the beginning of the school year, our school system would start off with a virtual learning environment, and then we have a phase-in plan to bring students back to school incrementally as long as situations allow us to return to school in a safe environment. So as we serve our students in the after-school program virtually, we will continue to help them with homework assistance and tutoring. We are going to offer hands-on opportunities in English language arts, reading, math, and science. And these hands-on activities will be project-based. So your students at home will receive directions on how to build a project, and it will be hands-on learning experience. We hope that the activities are fun and enriching, and we also have parent education classes and supports. So here is a sample schedule. We are planning to start the 21st Century program shortly after school begins, so our proposed date is September the 21st. So if anything changes with the proposed start date of the 21st Century After School program, Ms. Dina Sams, the director, she will inform all of our parents. So looking at the schedule, the after-school program will start for elementary schools and last for a 2-hour period of time, Monday through Friday, from 3 to 5 o'clock p.m. Middle schools will start at 4:30 and last until 6:30, and high schools will start at 3:30 and last until 5:30. And each of our grade spans, there will be an academic block that allows for 3 academic support periods lasting 20 minutes at a time. And then in the next hour, there will be enrichment activities, whether they're cooking, classes, scavenger hunt, learning more about social emotional learning, different type of games to encourage and support character education. But here is just a sample schedule that all of our schools will use to build an exciting after-school program for our students. So parents, here's your opportunity to help. We need your help. And these are some of the things that you can do to ensure your child is successful in the after-school program. If you can make sure your student logs in and have their camera on, make sure that there's a dedicated learning space for your child. We ask that our parents attend at least 2 parent meetings throughout the school year. And then if you as a parent can assist your child at home with any type of needs that they have to reinforce learning as they experience or go through their home, their activity at home. So those are the things that I wanted to share with you. And again, Ms. Sams sends her regrets that she is not able to participate in this session today. But we had some questions that people were already sharing with us that I would just like to go ahead and answer a few of these maybe frequently asked questions. So here's our first question. Which schools have a tuition-based program? So the 21st Century program is a grant-funded program that it's no cost to the families, but we also have an ASAP program, which is a tuition-based program. And those schools that offer a tuition-based program are East Newton, Flint Hill, Live Oak, Livingston, Mansfield, Newton County Theme School, Oak Hill, Porterdale, Rocky Plains, South Salem, and West Newton. So when will the tuition-based programs resume? So we're hoping that all grade levels may be able to return to school sometime in October. But whatever the schedule that the school system implements for returning to school, when all students return, that's when the tuition-based program will resume. And so we're looking possibly at a start date of October the 13th, but again, Ms. Sams will keep you informed about the return dates. And please keep in mind, for a tuition-based program to start, we will need at least 30 students who have enrolled in the tuition-based program to reopen. So our next question is, will slots be held for students participating virtually? And the answer is yes. So Ms. Sams and the after-school program, working with the after-school program, she will hold slots for the first semester. So when school reopens fully in the second semester, parents that elect for their child to stay home or participate in the virtual experience, if that is still an option, they will be released from the program because we will still, at that point, we will be in session in school, and you will have an opportunity to re-enroll in the program once tuition is paid. And the last question that I have for you at this point is, will the 21st Century program continue virtually or transition to an in-person setting? And yes, the program would transition to an in-person format, but could possibly stay virtual if the need arises. And so now I would like to introduce our Director of Family and Student Services, and she will share information with you about her program area and what you can do to help your child be prepared for this virtual learning experience.
Thank you, Dr. Thomas, and good morning to everyone. I am Amy Cummings, and I am the Director of Student and Family Supports. Throughout the week, you have heard about the different academic plans that are in place for your students, and we are very prepared for the virtual learning piece that we're about to partake on. But my department works with you, the teachers, and your student on the emotional and mental aspects of the education piece for your child. We all know that we've been through a lot since March. We have missed our students more than you can imagine. And so we are even more prepared now to support you and to support your child as we continue through this virtual model, and then hopefully very soon get everyone back into the building so we can see all of our sweet students' faces and work with our students and continue to work with you. So over the next few minutes, I'm going to explain to you the different programs that we have, the ways that we can support your child, and the ways that we can support you. The first piece is our school social workers. We have 5 school social workers, and each social worker is assigned to a different set of schools. So if you'll give me just a moment, I'm going to tell you which social workers work with which schools. Ms. Yvette Zielinski, she works with Clements, Fairview, Live Oak, and Newton High School. Her office is actually at Newton High School. So if your children are in any of those schools, it's possible that you could meet Ms. Zielinski. If you have issues at home, things that you need support with, maybe you're having some issues with maybe family members that are causing you problems within your home, if you need assistance with electricity, with food, with rent, those kinds of things. If you find yourself in a homeless situation, our school social workers are going to be your first line of contact, and then they're going to set you up with the different agencies and departments that can help you. Mr. George Hutchinson, he works with East Newton Elementary School, Indian Creek Middle School, Mansfield Elementary School, the Newton County Theme School, and Eastside High School. His office is at Eastside High School, and so he can be reached at Eastside. Ms. Chandria Smith is a 3rd social worker, and she works with South Salem Elementary School, Veterans Memorial Middle School, Liberty Middle School, West Newton Elementary School, and finally Livingston Elementary School, which is where she's based. Her office is at Livingston. Ms. Letitia Ray, she works with us at Herd Mixon Elementary School, Oak Hill Elementary School, Rocky Plains Elementary School, and Alcovey High School, and her office is at Alcovey High School. Ms. Olivia Hines is our 5th school social worker, and she works with Cousins, Middle Ridge Elementary School, Porterdale Elementary School, the Newton College and Career Academy, and Flint Hill Elementary School, which is where she is based. So reach out to me at any point in time if you have trouble finding your school social worker, or you can always contact your school and they can put you in contact with the school social worker. We also, in my department, have 2 school climate specialists. Ms. Jessica Harris. Ms. Harris works with our PBIS program, and I'm going to explain PBIS in depth in just a few minutes, but many of you are familiar with that term because your students participate in PBIS at their schools. Ms. Chiquita Perry is also a school climate specialist, and she works with our Youth Mental Health First Aid program and the Sources of Strength program. Both of those programs I'll explain to you a little further in just a moment. We're super excited to start this school year with a program called Rethink Ed. And the reason we're excited about this is it's not only for our students, but it's also for our teachers. And the most exciting piece for me is that it's also for you as a parent. You have the opportunity to create your own account within Rethink Ed. This platform gives you all the information that you could possibly need about social emotional learning. We know that over the past several months, our students have experienced a trauma. All of them have experienced this trauma. And you may not think of the quarantine, the virtual learning, you may not think of those things as a trauma, but they have been traumatic to our children, different levels at different times. But we are going to start the school year, we're going to focus the first 10 days on really helping our students talk through what it's been like for the last several months, and as they didn't get to come back to school this year. So they have anxiety, they have disappointment, they have depression, they have those feelings of missing their friends. So we're going to work through those things, and then this program will continue through the entire school year, but we are really going to focus the first 10 days getting the students accustomed to their Rethink Ed accounts. And I encourage you, and I'm going to show you how to do it in a few minutes, I encourage you to create your own account and take advantage of everything that is in this platform. There are more things in here than you could probably possibly ever have time to sit and go through and watch. But as a parent, it will give you tools and signs to watch for things with your children and ways to help your children cope as we begin another new normal. I'm going to show you an example of just what a student video looks like. This is just kind of a montage of things put together, but this is just a really quick video, and you can kind of see what your students will experience. So they'll start with a video, then their activities. There'll be different times when their teacher and or their counselor actually teach the lesson to them, and they may not use the video. And then throughout the week, they'll be assigned different activities. They'll do activities as a group. They may do activities in their Zoom breakout rooms with a small group. They may have some one-on-one counseling with their counselor or one-on-one sessions with their teachers. So this is really going to be designed to help identify each of our kids individually and find exactly what they need. Dr. Fowle, I'm not sure if that's loud enough. There we go. There we go.
I mean, like really cool. Something you might be totally out of reach.
We all know how it goes. Maybe some of your close friends or even you can help.
Strategy one is recognize that conflict is shared. Stop and recognize how you're feeling. Tense, frustrated, angry, and turn it around and acknowledge that the other person is experiencing feelings too.
We've all seen or experienced social injustices that need to change. Maybe it's racism or discrimination. Maybe it's gender inequality. Maybe education opportunity.
The fact is, we all live our lives. Humans are social creatures, wired to relate with others. Relationships, specifically healthy relationships, bad for overall well-being.
Have you ever felt that and yourself smiling back? Scientists say that phenomenon is a result of our mirror neurons. Just watch someone else see something else makes us better able to do it. Who do you already know help? Start with friends and family and from there. Then think about other people help. You may not be an person yet, but you think the type of person could help, like a professional or a role model.
So just a very quick example of what the different videos, the topics that they cover. And you heard one video, she mentioned social injustice. And as we started to plan Rethink Ed back in January, that really wasn't a piece. We were really working on trauma and social skills and social awareness. But we have now been able to incorporate a new piece into Rethink Ed that is going to help our students not only understand social justice, but to be able to share that with their classmates, share that with their teachers, and make a difference within their buildings. We are really striving really hard to create a culture and a climate of one family, of loving each other, of equity and unity. So we're super excited now that we also get to add that piece into Rethink Ed, and I'll talk about that in just a second a little bit more. This here is Dr. File. Oh, there we go. This is just a quick overview of kind of how we're going to proceed with Rethink Ed. And like I told you, we're adding in this equity and inclusion model. We have a model for our adults, for our teachers in the building and staff. Then we also have the exact same piece, equity and inclusion, for our students. There are pieces of this that will be worked with different grade levels at different times. And one of the things about Rethink Ed that is so exceptional is that every single grade level, starting at pre-K through 12th grade, every single grade level has their very own set of lessons. It's not grouped by elementary so that pre-K and 5th grade have the same lesson. Every single grade level has their very own age-specific lessons. So we're very excited to share that. So this reintegration plan that we're going to have these first 10 days, you're going to see a lot of this and you're going to hear a lot of this as you're, passing your student who's working virtually. They may talk to you about some of this. And as they talk to you, if you hear things, you hear them saying things and you recognize, you know what, maybe they need to talk to their school counselor. Please don't hesitate to reach out to your school counselor. Your school counselor will be overseeing this piece within the school in working with the teachers. The lower elementary grades, it's going to be the teacher who's going to be pushing this out, but the counselor is going to be in the background watching and assisting and helping that teacher identify the kids who may need some extra help at this point. But sometimes it's difficult. We could possibly miss a child. So please, if you can't get your school counselor, then reach out to me and we will get them the assistance that they need. We're very fortunate in Newton County that we are able to participate in the APEX grant. It is a grant that is provided to the state of Georgia. And for us, the Viewpoint Health Company manages that for us. So 11 of our schools have a full-time mental health clinician in the building. This clinician can work with your child one-on-one. They do some small group settings as well, but then they also can come and offer family counseling to you. So you may hear and you may be contacted by an APEX clinician from your child's school. And if the APEX clinician does not actually work in your child's building, that does not mean that your child does not get services. They're just housed at the 11 schools, but they still service all of our students in Newton County, and they are a phenomenal resource for us. It's very expensive to go out when you have to sometimes to get mental health therapy, to have sessions, that kind of thing, and we are very fortunate to have our own clinicians right here in our school system. Here's the page that you're going to see. This page is very important to you as a parent. This is how you're going to create your account within Rethink Ed. And if you notice this page, it has some hyperlinked things, that blue writing that's underlined. It says watch me, read me, click here. So all you have to do is follow these directions. This is posted on our Newton County School webpage. It's posted at your school webpage, your child's school webpage. Is going to be on your child's teacher's Canvas page, the school counselor's Canvas page. This thing is everywhere. So just look for it and you'll just make your account using your own email, and then you are free to go into Rethink anytime that you would like. There are hundreds of videos in there that can help you and assist you, along with a lot of other resources. And again, you can always reach out to me at any time. Moving on away from Rethink Ed and our reintegration plan, in Newton County, we do have PBIS, which is Positive Behavior Intervention and Supports, and we are very proud of the PBIS program that we have here in Newton County. We started back in 2012, the 2012-13 school year. We had 1 high school and 5 middle schools, and we have since progressed to 18 PBIS schools. We're very proud of the schools that we have. And those of you who have students in PBIS schools, you know that PBIS is used to recognize positive behavior. A lot of you all of our schools actually have PBIS rewards. That is an electronic piece that your child earns their points electronically, so you can watch your child earn their points. They also get to spend their points in the school store. The school stores are part of the PBIS rewards platform, so you can see what the children are able to spend their points on, what they're able to buy. A lot of schools have monthly programs. They may have a game day, they may have a movie day, things that the children can participate in during the school day. Virtually, yes, we're still going to continue PBIS and PBIS rewards. Your children will still be recognized for their good behavior, for completing assignments, for being on time. So they're still going to be able to participate. And because of PBIS rewards and the virtual platform, you'll still be able to see the points they're getting. They'll be able to see the points they're getting. There will be raffles that happen throughout the school year during the virtual piece especially, that will allow students the opportunity to win different items. And those things will be sent to your home or delivered to your home, maybe by the school social worker. But we will continue PBIS. It's very important that your children remember their expectations. Virtual expectations have been set about how the child behaves in front of the computer. So they will be rewarded for all those things as they're being reminded for the positive behavior and what this is supposed to look like. So any questions about PBIS rewards, don't hesitate, reach out to me and I can put you in contact with Ms. Jessica Harris, who is our coordinator for the district for PBIS. We're also very proud of our No Place for Hate program. Hopefully you've seen some of this over the past couple of years. We started No Place for Hate in 2015. We had a couple of schools who participated, and for the last 2 years, it has been a district initiative. And so what happens at each school creates 3 different activities that involve every single student in the building, and it is designed to remind our students that school is no place for hate. In our community, in our town, our state, our country, there is no tolerance. And so we work very hard to create this climate and this culture of love and acceptance and unity. So for the past 2 school years, Newton County Schools has been recognized as a district no place for hate. There are only 2 other school districts in the Southeast that have earned that distinction. So we are very, very proud of that. And our schools work very hard in getting ready for No Place for Hate. We have worked this summer. All of our schools, this is going to be the very first time we've ever done this, all of our schools are going to do the same activity to kick off the school year. So be listening for that. Your children will be talking about their No Place for Hate activity, and then you'll be able to see this in place that they're in the building when the students return to school. Sources of Strength is a program that is student-led. It does have a teacher advisor in the building, but it is a high school program. This year we are going to offer it to our middle school students, and it is a student-led program that allows our students to be leaders and be mentors and kind of look for those signs in their classmates of a student who may be struggling. They learn how to talk with each other, how to assist each other, rather than maybe pulling away and being secluded and not reaching out for help. So they kind of use this as a platform to help people realize that, you know what, it's okay to say, I'm struggling, I need some help. So we're very, very proud of this program. It is in our 3 high schools. But like I said, we will be adding it in our middle schools this year, and Ms. Chiquita Perry is the leader of Sources of Strength for our district for us. Another piece that we do is Youth Mental Health First Aid. This is an 8-hour training that all of our teachers go through. There's also a program for students who are 16 and above that we will be implementing later this school year. It's a special program, not as graphic and in-depth as the one that we do for adults, but it is a program to help our students become more aware of the mental health issues that can happen to our youth and things that they can feel and things that they can see others experience, and then how to help other people. This program is also available to parents, to any adults in our community, and it is free of charge. So be looking for that. That information will be coming, and these trainings, of course, right now will be virtual. And that will be coming, just like the Parent University that you're going to be experiencing on Saturday. These things will all be incorporated into those similar platforms so that you can access these things. But this program has been very, very beneficial to our school system, putting the tools in the hands of our teachers to help them recognize the signs that a student may be struggling and hopefully avoiding any action that couldn't be undone. So again, Ms. Chiquita Perry is in charge of the youth mental health first aid portion of this program. Very quickly, before we close, I would just like to remind you that we are once again going into this virtual learning environment. And although the children aren't going to school, and we think of children going to school and it being overwhelming and all the people and, the potential bullying, all those things that can happen when you're inside the actual school building. Well, our children working from home, they also have their issues that go along with that. So just take a moment to look at this and just remember the importance of the relationships that you have with your children. Don't get so caught up in, oh my goodness, you've got to do this and you haven't finished that, because it can become very stressful. Make that time during the day. Maybe go outside and exercise for 30 minutes. Stay connected to other people. Stay connected to your church community, to the athletics that may still be going on, anything that your children can do outside of the home. Taking a break from the virtual learning and cooking together, sitting down as a family and having a meal. Check on each other. Teach your siblings, teach the children, the older siblings, to check on their younger siblings. If you need help, then call relatives. Ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. And again, if you are, in our community and you don't have family, reach out to us. We have agencies, we have people who would be more than willing to assist. The other important thing during virtual learning for the social emotional piece for our students is to keep them on a routine. When children know what's coming and how things are going to happen, that just takes away a level of stress for them. So keep those routines. Make a chart, hang it up on the refrigerator. Say, this is how we're going to do this, and stick to that. Don't vary from it. And I know you think, oh, that might be strict, but kids really, really do excel when they know the expectation, they know the time frames, and they know the routine. And the last piece is resilience. Make yourself familiar with stress. Use that Rethink Ed platform. Know what could possibly be going on with your students. In the Rethink Ed platform, you'll hear experiences from other parents. They'll give ideas and ways to help. Practice healthy habits, including diet and sleep. Try meditation, mindfulness practices, and that's something your students are going to learn about this school year is the mindfulness, how to kind of be in your own head and kind of talk yourself down, and how to de-stress. Share personal experiences with your children. We don't all have all the answers, and we haven't all been perfect our whole lives, and we've all had moments. Let them know it's okay to have a moment. But most of all, just let them know that you believe in them, that you have confidence in them, and you are proud of them, and they are loved. That's all I have, and I know we have some questions. If any of you have any questions, or especially if you believe your child may be experiencing stress, fear, anxiety, depression, please reach out to your child's school counselor. If you can't get your school counselor, reach out to me. If it is a time where you can't get any of us, your primary care physician is always a resource. And if it is a severe problem or you feel like you need immediate, go to the emergency room or call 911. There's nothing wrong with that, and that is why we have those services. And they can also be used for mental health services if you feel like your child may possibly need that. But again, we have school counselors, we have our school social workers, we have Apex clinicians, and we have school climate specialists. Myself, we are all here to assist you, and we're hoping for the best 2021 school year. And I think right now we can move into questions. Again, remember, if you have any questions, here's the link. http://bit.ly/NCSS parent. Okay, here's a question. Last school year, my son's school had once-a-week Zoom lessons with the school counselor to help kids with any emotional issues they may be having dealing with isolation. Will that continue this year? And yes, the answer is definitely yes, that will continue. Our counselors have been actually working since March, putting together their Canvas pages, putting together their times, that their Zoom accounts that they're going to be using with your students. So absolutely, your student will have the opportunity to work with your child's school counselor, and they'll continue the activities, not just the emotional pieces, but they will continue the activities that they typically do. They do career readiness, they do job explorations. All those pieces will continue. So it's not just about the emotional stuff. So your child will see their school counselor just as much, if not more, than they normally do during the normal being inside the building. There's a question, are you concerned with our children using more drugs because of the lack of socialization? This is not really a question that I have a great answer to, but I will tell you that, once school returns, we will be working with our students, and, our goal is to get our students back in the building as quickly as we can. So my hope is that no, that is not the problem. But I wish I had a better answer. I apologize. I don't really have a very good answer to that question. There's a question that says, do we have a plan to address social interaction time for students to engage with each other online outside of the learning time? We as a school district do not address what they do outside of the time, and we can't really set up or organize that. I know as the mother of a boy who loves video games, I know that even as an adult now, he spends a lot of time playing video games with his friends, and I know a lot of our kids do that. So that is a place where they do kind of gather outside of their online sessions. But as far as the school district, we can't set up anything outside of the normal learning time for them to be able to just kind of hang out. But you as a parent, because you now know how to use, Zoom and Google Hangouts and Microsoft Teams, all those things are out there for students and parents to use. Outside of the school district's piece, you can work with your friends and your child's friends and maybe set up, online play dates, but that would be with students and families that and that you're comfortable with your child, hanging out with. This is a very good question. My son keeps asking about his points he didn't get to spend last year because of the quick move to digital learning. Will those points roll over to this year? Each school is handling this differently, but those points have not disappeared, so never fear. They are still there. Don't worry. Your school is working on a plan to allow you to use those points or possibly just roll them over to this school year, and you'll start with that balance. That's a great question. Thank you. I think we answered maybe that one. Dr. Thomas, how do students do hands-on activities in the after-school program? Will they need materials at home to participate?
Thank you for sharing that question. Ms. Sams has already worked with the after-school coordinators, and they are ordering supplies now. So whatever activity they have that will be a virtual activity, The resources and supplies needed for that activity will be at the schools, and the families can pick those items up. So it is an opportunity for students to participate in a hands-on activity at home through a virtual learning after-school program. Now, let me say, not all activities will have materials that the schools will supply, but just as an example, maybe a cooking lesson or some type of science lesson. Depending on what type of lesson it is, Ms. Sams is working with the school, after-school coordinators to provide materials so students can take those materials home or come by the school, pick the materials up to use at home so they can participate virtually. So thank you for asking that question.
And our time is up. We appreciate all of you joining us. And please, again, like we say, always contact us. You can reach us here at the Board of Education. And Ms. Hambright, who answers the phone, can connect you to the department that you need, or contact your child's school. But we do wish everyone a great 2021 school year. Thank you.